do you want to tell people about how you think about the Bible, or do you just want to read?
I think it's important when you read the Bible to focus on the sounds and the way it sounds. Because sometimes you just listen to the words, you get too caught up in that, you forget the poetry behind it. And like that can bring you closer to God sometimes too. Chapter 20. And Abraham journeyed from thence towards the south country. And hold on. And dwelled between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, "She is my sister." And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, "Behold, thou art but a dead man for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife." But Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, "Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? Said he not unto me, She is my sister? And she, even she herself said, He is my brother. In integrity of the heart and in innocency of my hands have I done this." And God said unto him in a dream, "Yea, I know that thou didst this in integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her. Now, therefore, restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that are thine." That's a good line right there. Have you read this chapter?
No.
It's almost like he intended for this. I'm just a guest. I didn't even know what chapter I was going to read. Now I'm saying, "Know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou and all that thou are thine."
It's really good.
He's got me saying that.
I didn't plan that.
Okay, onwards. Are you reading any of this? Is it just me?
You can go as long as... Yeah, you should do it.
All right. We're about halfway done this chapter. Therefore, Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ears, and the men were sore afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, "What hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done." And Abimelech said unto Abraham, "What sawest thou, that thou hast done this thing?" And Abraham said, "Because I thought, surely, the fear of God is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. And yet, indeed, she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, This is thy kindness, which thou shalt shew unto me. At every place whither we shall come, say of me, He is my brother." And Bimelech took sheep and oxen and men servants and woman servants and gave them to Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before thee. Dwell where it pleaseth thee. And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes, and unto all that are with thee, and with all other. Thus she was reproved. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Abimelech and his wife and his maidservants, and they bare children. For the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech, because Sarah, Abraham's wife. Done. Chapter 20.
What'd you think that it meant?
To me, it was sort of like, it sounded like the one guy thought the other guy shouldn't be in a relationship with his sister. And it was kind of like a weird, like, confusing, drawn out conversation between two men. One man who's doing the thing that the other man doesn't think he should do.
Oh.
And the other man, it's like the purest religious fanatic who, like, is like, thou shalt not lay with thine sister. You know, like a religious fanatic would probably be more likely to say that if someone was doing that than someone that was like a hedonist who did anything they wanted all the time. I don't know.
That sounds about right, I guess.
Abimelech, to me, like just the sound of his name, it's a different sound than Abraham. Like, I feel like Abimelech is like a little bit like evil. But like Abraham sounds kind of like warm and cuddly.
Abimelech does things with his sister.
Evil things.
Did you like reading it, or was I think reading the Bible is hard work. What do you think?
It's definitely like it like messes with your mind because the sentences aren't written the way that people write things nowadays, so you kind of have to like take your time, check each word before it comes out of your mouth, because it could be anything, like thine let this sister be thine wife. Like, how do you just let that roll off your tongue? You can't. It's like a tongue twister.
Well, I think this is a good reading, and it's really hard reading the Bible by myself all the time. Anytime you wanted to take over a chapter, you're welcome. Like,
Nice.
I was really enjoying reading it, like having the spotlight for the first like 10 chapters or so, but around like chapter 11 or 12 it started getting really annoying, and I was like, it would be definitely cool if somebody else read this.
Yeah, I'll come back. Just let me know next time that you want to take a break and you're around.
Okay. Cool. See ya, chapter 20.